Hello there, fellow space captains. It's Connor, and welcome back to another Dreadnought ship overview. And today, we're going to be having a look at the Outis hero ship, which is a Tier 4 Oberon corvette. Now, I've done this previously, but my feelings and my opinion have changed quite a bit on the Outis, as I've now got more experience with it. And generally, it's just a cool ship. By no means is it the best corvette I've played. No chance. In fact, I believe, just as corvettes go, the Demeter, the other Tier 4 hero ship, is better. And just to show you the Demeter, here she is. It's a Kreshnik class, so it's a lot heavier, not as nimble or fast, but it can really lay down the punishment pretty damn quickly and pretty heavily, so it's a nice ship. But anyway, the Outis. Now, just to begin, the Outis is, as I said, an Oberon ship, so it has that sleek, nimble, kind of curved look to it, although not as much as the other Oberon ships, mainly because of its customization options or its unique skin that it comes with, that being in the form of like a falcon. Looks pretty cool, or an eagle, depends on your sense of perception, I suppose, and what you think it is, but I think it looks like a falcon. A pretty darn black falcon. Makes it sound even more badass. So there it is. It's a really nice ship. Looks pretty cool. Whenever I do get any Oberon corvettes unlocked, I always go with this customization option without the actual beak, because the Outis is the only one allowed to have that option. But anyway, so the main weapons you get on the Outis are the dual repeaters. And they are very different from, let's say, the Demeter or the Valkor's guns, because the Demeter and the Valkor, both of their main armament can only fire forward, and they only have a slight arc left or right, up or down, that can differentiate from straight forward. But the dual repeaters on the Outis, the Oberon corvettes, they can pretty much fire anywhere. Okay, they're not as powerful, that is the downside, but they're still not too bad, honestly. And average damage is 1520. The max range is 4000 meters, so they're more effective at range than, let's say, the Demeter, the Kreshnik class. The rate of fire is quite high, as they're kind of like a chain machine gun type thing. Clip size is 20, so they do get a nice bit of ammunition. Reload time is 3 seconds. Pretty basic. And you can see the damage fall off there on the bottom left, if you just want to do the math, that type of thing. I unfortunately am shit with math, numbers in general, so there we go. Next we have the plasma turrets, which are kind of the norm on a lot of corvettes. They're pretty damn good. I like them. I pretty much compared them last time, I believe, to the grenades out of Halo, the plasma grenades, only they don't explode. They're pretty much, well, they do on impact, and although it is difficult to lead the shot with them because they're a lot slower than other projectiles in the game, I still like them. Now, this is something that, well, I'm not really sure about. I don't really visit the forums and get real in-depth with statistics and numbers, as I've just said. I'm terrible with that sort of thing, but whenever I switch to these things, I don't know why, but I think they should be better on shields than on armor. Is that crazy? Is that even true? Because I kind of think that the energy-based weapons, like the plasma, should be better at taking down shields, and then you just take the shields down and use the kinetic weapons for taking down the hull. Maybe something cool that they could add. Not sure if it's in the game at the moment. Again, in game, there's not really a great explanation of what everything does or doesn't do, but I suppose the information given is pretty nice regardless. So under the first module, we have a heavy cloak. This is integral to how the ship plays, and it's nice combined with other abilities or other modules the ship has. So the heavy cloak, it's a high quality cloak, so it will pretty much camouflage you to something other than like a wavy jelly, clear jelly form, just floating around in space or whatever other map you might be on. You can break it just by hitting the number 1 key again. The cooldown for it, once it actually uses all of its duration, is 30 seconds, and the total effective duration for the cloak is 30 seconds also. Let me see. And apparently it also it decreases damage taken by 100%, which I'm not sure why that would even be there, because it actually breaks the cloak once you take damage. Oh, increases damage taken. It's a bit weird how it's damage resistance decrease. I get you. Brain's not working first thing in the morning, you see. Not that it works all that well most of the time. But anyway, yeah. We have that. Next we have the... It's like the downside, but also a shining beacon on a stormy sea with this ship. It's a nice little addition. Although whenever you first look at it, it doesn't seem to be. Which is what happened with me with the first time I overviewed this ship. And it's hit and miss, this module. And it's the light proximity mines. So they do 9,000 max damage. It fires 3 mines. The blast radius is just 200 meters, so it's not that great. And the max active for the mines you can have in total are 3. And the cooldown duration for the ability of the module itself is 10 seconds. So, now the more you play this ship, unless you actually know how to play this thing going into it, over time you'll realise that the best thing to do, and I believe people have also recommended this in the comments of Outis videos, and I played this video on live streams about a year ago and just now and again on videos, and I do know how to play it now. But what you do is you cloak, get as close to your enemy target as possible, which you don't want to be going after destroyers or dreadnoughts in this thing, no way. You want to be going after tactical cruisers or artillery cruisers as much as possible, for the simple reason that you need to be able to get in there, take a target out, bugger off, rinse and repeat. So heavy cloak up, make sure that you can get close in with an enemy tactical or artillery cruiser, drop the mines on top of them, wait for the mines to detonate, and then just rip them apart with your dual repeaters or your plasma turrets. Simple enough. Very simple. Next, what you want to use in combination with these is the Disruptor Pulse, which disrupts the enemy's module usage for 10 seconds. It also does a one-off damage of 500. The radius for this ability is 1,000 meters, and the cooldown is 45 seconds, so a little bit longer than the actual Heavy Cloak's cooldown. So you should wait till you have this up before you break your cloak, Disruptor Pulse, light proximity mines. And then of course you've got the Afterburner, which is pretty cool. It only lasts for 2 seconds, so it gives you a quick jolt of speed, just so you can either get in somewhere, quickly intercept an enemy, or of course escape and retreat from a situation or scenario. Right, so the cooldown is 15 seconds, so you can use this thing fairly regularly, and it does save your ass quite a lot. So just to go over everything we've got here: Heavy Cloak, hit them with a Disruptor Pulse, drop your mines, finish them off with your main or secondary armament, and then use the Afterburner to get out of there, get out of enemy sight, turn around, repeat, 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 and then of course you'll have all that paid off at the end of the game with massive amount of credits and experience for this ship, or well, with it being a hero ship, free experience which can be converted to free XP and then used for any other ship or manufacturer in the game, which is nice. And finally, we'll move on to the officer briefings, okay? The first of which is the communication officer briefing, which is feedback loop. So it's an active type perk. The activation trigger is when a module finishes its cooldown and gain 0.3 energy per second of the module's total cooldown. So that's pretty nice in getting these off cooldown as quickly as possible. Or not, sorry, what am I talking about? Getting your energy back up for a possible sticky encounter with an enemy who's right on top of you, so you can put your shield up, or to quickly take down an enemy who's on your ass as well. Depends on what the situation is, really, as many things do. As the weapon officer briefing, we have a Destruction Cascade, which is pretty nice. It's an active type perk. It takes effect whenever you destroy an enemy ship. The effect increases your damage by 30%. 30 per seconds. Just invented a new word there, so you don't have to waste your time saying seconds and percentage. And boosts your weapon damage by 30% for 10 seconds. So that is really nice. So let's say, for instance, you jump in, you take out a tactical cruiser, But then, of course, Destruction Cascade is going to take effect straight after you take down that attack cruiser. So that gives you the option, if you want to use that 30% increased damage for 10 seconds to try and take down an artillery cruiser, another tactical cruiser, or something else that is possibly in low HP. Like a destroyer, for instance. You don't want to try and take it down right from 100%. In certain situations you can, if the enemy's distracted and if they don't really have a full team surrounding them. But it's a nice option there that you can quickly get a quick bit of damage dealt to another enemy ship and possibly get yourself 2 kills in one run. So it's pretty cool. Next we have Engine Rigger, which is the Navigation Officer Briefing. It's an active type perk. It takes effect when you put your energy into engines, and this is one of my favourites actual officer briefings in the game, especially for corvettes. I think this is pretty much a need to own briefing for for your corvettes as well as artillery cruisers. I really like this on artillery cruisers as well, especially the Silesia. Just makes getting around and becoming like a sort of assault gun much more easy of a task. So it increases your movement speed by 100%, but you also, in doing that, use 75% more energy. So that's a risk. Okay. It's a trap, which is your Chief Engineer Briefing. It's an active type perk. The activation trigger is when you take damage from behind, and the effect from that is just to gain energy. Really. That's pretty much it. So an enemy corvette has followed you from your successful attack run on taking down one of his team's tactical cruisers. Wants a bit of payback, so he follows you the whole way out on your retreat. Starts firing at you from behind. This will give you enough energy to pop your shields, to quickly turn around and, of course, rip them a new one with your powered weapons and the dual repeaters. Or pretty much anything that you can do just to get them off you. And that is the Outis.
Your battle station.
Fuck off! Go away! What the hell? Why? Oh no, Bex won't go away. Remove him! I almost had a fucking aneurysm there. I'll see you in game, guys. Okay, here we are on the pre-game screen. It is Onslaught on Dreadnought. And Onslaught is very good for corvette pilots, mainly because with a lot more traffic on the map, as well as, more pings on the mini-map, it allows you to go unnoticed a lot of the time, unless of course you're just pretty much flying out in the middle of everything, where the enemy are of course going to see you, no problem. But with a heavy cloak, the next thing's easier for us, so let's get stuck in, see what we can do.
All allied ships, be advised. Get them before they get us.
That goes without saying, bud, but thank you for the info and the tip. Never would have guessed that myself. As you can see, with our speed increased by 100%, whenever we put power to engines, our energy is also being pretty much depleted very quickly and rapidly. So let's take down these frigates. There's the enemy command ship, but it is not our main target. That one is. Did you just see it pop over the mountain there for a split second? There he is. See if he's got any friends. Doesn't look like he has. Come on. Dropping the mines. Mines didn't get him. He's a bit too quick. Doesn't matter though, he's going down. There we go. Target down. Afterburner engaged. Command ship is just wide open, but I'm still only in a corvette and I don't want to take any damage that I can easily avoid. So 13, 12. Our cloak will be off cooldown soon, and that's what we're waiting for. See how this thing can fire behind it, which is a luxury in overall corvettes that other ships, other corvettes of other manufacturers do not have. So it feels good. Now, because artillery cruisers tend to be immobile, they're a very nice target for the Outis. But as you can see, the main guns on the Outis aren't as powerful as the other two Corvette classes. But eventually we do get there. And now we're taking fire from that Monarch class, but we're fine because it's a Monarch and its main battery pretty much sucks. It's got a lot of bark, no bite. And just while we're waiting for our cloak to come off cooldown, let's take down a couple of these frigates. Oh, hello. Hello, friend. Is he coming for me? I think he might be, yeah. Please come towards me. Please come towards me. There he goes. Mines are gone. If he turns around for me, it's exactly what I want. In fact, that artillery cruiser is coming straight for me. Yep, mines have just detonated. What needs it? He can still hit me. There we go, target down. Okay, and I've got two Corvettes on me again. Try and lead them into the mines, come on. It's not going to be as easy as it sounds. No, I'm dead. Two Corvettes and one tactical cruiser. That was never going to end well. There are just some situations you can't get yourself out of. I mean, if I was in the Demeter, all three of those guys would be dead even before I spoke a word. But this isn't the Demeter.
Full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Right, at least I know where the enemy team is. I'll take down a couple of these first off, because, well, they are targets. And I do award a bit of XP, if not much, and it goes towards our team's score. So, tactical cruiser sighted. Probably the best and most ideal target. And that Dreadnought does not even see me, even though I'm right in front of him, which is good. Dropping mines. I'm going to use a plasma charge this time. Look at that, just burned right through his hull. Just melted him. As if he was some sort of premium chocolate brand sitting in a saucepan with the gas knocked up full. Very good analogy. Wasted a bit too much time coming up with it. Now let's swing around. I just want to show you guys how this thing fares against Dreadnought. So I've got my proximity mines off cooldown. So, pop power into weapon as well. It's not doing too badly. Wow. That really didn't do too badly. The last time I remember doing this months ago, it wasn't that good. There you go, guys. You can go against everything. I'm actually really surprised that was so powerful. Oh, hello.
Understood. Engaging cloak. Full power to maneuvering
Going to make this guy wish that he had went destroyer.
Releasing nano. Amplifying weapons.
Come on. There we go, target down. One thing to be careful about is not to be caught up in your own mine's explosion and their detonation. Let's see if we can finish this guy off as well.
Thrusters at max. Deploying thrusters burst out, Captain.
Come on. Spin these guns around. Oh crap, no, that's not good. Taking massive hits there. Come on, finish him. Fast, come on. And we got another Corvette on us, which is never good. So the only things that are actually countering us are the enemy Corvettes. Trying to make it towards some friendly targets. Mines deployed. Damn it. Got him though. But he got me. Or did he get us? Or did we get him? I saw something explode behind me, but not death cam. It seems like he was still up. Yeah, there he is. Hold on. See if we can get him. Look at you two ganging up in one little per ship. Engage cloak.
Picking up enemy contact. Over there.
Got him. He's ours.
System drained.
Thrusters overheat. That's right.
Got him.
Captain. Scratch one enemy corvette.
One thing else to point out, a mistake that I made.
Target.
Or did I make a mistake? No. Okay, so firing doesn't break your cloak in this, as it's a heavy cloak. But being fired upon does. Pretty sure that's the way it works. Oh, God damn it, will you leave my team alone? It's just... Come here, you wee arsehole.
Fusion reactor is overheating. Put the energy system offline. Ship's hull down to 50%, Captain.
Firing thrusters. Thrusters overheated, Captain.
Right, swinging around. We'll try and finish him. No, going for the Fulgora class. No, I'm dead. The enemy team are on top of their game. It's actually a fun match, which isn't really something that happens all that often. Okay. There's another Outis. That will be Conan the Barber. What a legendary name, by the way, just to point that out.
Support fire. Over here. Cloak activated.
Has Conan noticed that this Dreadnought's almost taken down? But I have.
Amplifying weapon system.
Mines.
Bye bye.
One less Dreadnought to one.
Pulse generator recharging.
Come on. Oh dear God, that flak. Oh, that wiped me off the map, literally. Look, I don't exist anymore. Not even as dust. It would be a good time as well to point out that a lot of people are always whinging. Whinging is a form of crying. That Corvettes are overpowered. Which they're not. Now you might be saying that, Connor, you're just saying that because you play Corvettes quite a lot. No, I play everything.
Full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Tactical cruisers excluded because they're tactical cruisers and I don't enjoy them. I don't see how anybody could. But I play, honestly, destroyers more than I would play anything else. I love my Vigo. There we go. GG, well played all. But Corvettes aren't overpowered, as you saw there. Once that Outis class destroyer knew that I was on top of him, he immediately switched to his flak as secondary armament and ripped right through me in, I would say, a second and a half, if even that there. By 1 second, I was dead. So we ended my fun and games pretty damn quickly. Now we'll jump in and have another one and see how it turns out. Alright, here we are. Onslaught cattle base. The gods, they really are on my side today with these Onslaught matches. Alright, let's jump in. Yeah.
Full power to maneuvering
It's
thrusters.
been night on both of these maps as well.
Got enemy contacts incoming.
If camo were actually a thing in this, that would be pretty damn cool, but it's not.
Cloak activated.
What with your little icon popping up whenever someone sees you. First target sighted.
Fusion reactor is overheating. Put the energy system offline.
Deploying nanomines.
Pulse countermeasures, aye, Captain.
Come on.
That got them.
There we go, target down.
An enemy tech cruiser. Forward thrusters off.
Right, just broke my heavy cloak so I can get it off cooldown more quickly. And I've got a second target sighted in the ballista. Is it a ballista? It is.
Over there.
So the enemy has only got one Corvette that I need to be wary of and keep an eye out for. Not too bad. Okay, 10 seconds till my cloak is off cooldown, and let's head back in. Get as much use out of it as possible.
Activate cloak, aye, Captain.
Here we go. So quiet, come on.
Releasing nanomines.
Powder weapons.
Recharging.
Target down.
Artillery cruiser is going down.
Full system taking down this Dreadnought because we're here. We might as well.
Thanks.
Here we go.
Deploying nanomines.
Oh, we almost got him. Come on.
Deactivated. Recharging.
Come on.
Heavy damage across
Oh
multiple
god damn, I'm gonna have to go after him, aren't I?
full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Hi, Captain. Going to full burn.
That placement of mines is actually surprising me how good it was.
Standby for reprime.
I don't want to have them regen too much HP, so even if I can land just one round on him. Come on. Got him. I got you.
Full power to forward. We can't go to full burn yet, Captain.
Hostile ship neutral.
There we go.
Corvette's going down.
Pulse generator recharging. We can't cloak, Captain, not yet.
Cloak engaged.
Understood. Engaging cloak. Full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Let's take out the command ship.
Cloak nanomines. Hi, Captain.
Mines are a little bit too far off for them to do any damage, but
The enemy's command
regardless,
ship has been
target
destroyed.
down.
Cloaking systems recharging.
Okay. Oh, and just before I forget, I wasn't recording at that point in time, but hello, Tucker. It's nice to be playing with you. Oh, you Johnny, get go! No revenge today, bitch. Deploy mines.
Thrusters at max. Releasing
I switch
nanomines.
target, good stuff. Turn around. He's launch torpedoes. Let's get him. Oh, screw it. Let's switch to the Monarch. Not every day you get to take down a Monarch and a Corvette.
Countermeasure pulse generator recharging.
Look at this. It's like the torpedo bombers going after the Bismarck, or the, what do you call the other one? The sister ship. Come on.
Aye, engaging cloak.
Turpets. There we go. I got it eventually. Even though I had to allocate all brain power to thinking of what that was. No, you're not getting the full kill. I'm getting some points here as well, but
Releasing nanomines.
holy crap.
Forward thrusters at max.
They must have came from that Dreadnought.
Captain.
Taking
Recharging cloak.
the
Gonna
cloak
take a
down,
minute.
taking power off engines. Let's just glide around the map. Just cruise around until... Oh, thank you.
Glad you're on our side, Captain.
Thanks for the heals. That Monarch's back. Silhouette of the Monarch sometimes confuses me. I now and again see it as a Gora. Oh, we can take him down surely, come on.
Maneuvering thrusters.
Mines deployed.
Amplifying weapons.
Switch into the Plasma,
Pulse countermeasures, aye, Captain.
because why not?
Generator
It's
recharging.
hardly like I'm going to miss a fucking Monarch, is it? Making sure to watch the mini-map as well, because I do know that the enemy have at least one Corvette
Understood.
derping around.
Switching to primary weapons, Captain. Got an enemy contact.
There we go. And as I don't even know if I finished, I can't remember. I do get distracted really, really easily, so I
Full power to maneuvering
kind of cut off
thrusters.
discussions or what I'm saying, topics, whatever, halfway through. Nope, not getting our base, not getting our capital.
Empty. Reloading. The enemy have warped in another command ship. Full power to forward thrusters.
Good stuff, swordsman, look at him.
Captain.
Honouring the Corvette way.
System drained. Ship is
Something is
damaged,
hitting me hard. What is it?
All vessels.
I think it's an artillery. Oh my god.
Activated.
Get down.
Pulse generator
Deploy mines.
Got an enemy contact. We got their
There we go. Now, where was that shot coming? Yep, artillery cruiser sighted. Just to my right if you look at the mini-map. Train's in the way, but I'm going to see if I can circle around and get him. Thank you for the heals.
All vessels.
There he is.
Enemy contact.
Svarog class.
Engaging cloak. Full power to maneuvering
Let's go.
thrusters.
He'll not last long. Even if he has a tactical cruiser backing him up. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That was too close for comfort.
Activating.
Damn it, my own mines finished me. And that's why you don't want to fly too close to wherever your actual mines are going to detonate, because you can be killed. You're not a destroyer. You're not a dreadnought. You are a small little corvette, lightly armoured, and with very few hit points. So be careful.
Full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Swordsman, put me to shame
Contact sighted.
in his Valcour.
Our command ship.
Oh dude, you shouldn't have fired at me. You just let me know where you are.
Engines
For real, bro.
Captain.
And it's a
Exhausted, Captain.
ballista. Oh no, he knows what to do. He knows what to do. Oh dear God.
Systems, Captain. Pulse
And that goes back to my point about the
generator recharging.
artillery cruisers. Or not, what am I talking about? That goes back to the point about corvettes being overpowered.
Support fire at these coordinates.
Now I've got distracted on this little subject like 3 times now, but I'll finish it now. So people are all saying that corvettes are overpowered. How can they just fly in and kill me without me being able to put up much of a fight whatsoever? And that's because you're not playing right. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. Now look what happened whenever that
System drained.
ballista.
Our ship's been
Just
hit.
make sure he's a ballista. Yep, that tier 3
Enemy posted out here.
Jupiter arms
Support.
artillery cruiser did whenever I approached him. He switched straight away to his point defense, his flak. And what did I do? I panicked and tried to get out of there as quickly as possible because he took me down in a matter of seconds to very low HP. So, if you want to fight a corvette or defend yourself against a corvette, just open your fucking eyes. Just think. I know it's something that people don't do much nowadays, but just think. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one that wins if you just think. Watch your mini-map. If you're, I mean, specifically if you're a tactical cruiser or an artillery cruiser, you're not going to be having to worry about maneuvering around the map or anything. You're not going to have to worry about tanking like a forward push into the enemy's part of the map or whatever.
Thanks for the
So
assist.
spend that time that you're sitting doing nothing, holding down the left mouse button to look at your map. Simple as that. Or to look around you and just be aware of what's going on in your surroundings. And you'll never ever have a problem with a Corvette again. Corvette. Corvette.
All ships,
Corvette.
enemy contact.
Corvette.
This location.
Spotter class sighted.
Engaging cloak.
He knows I'm here.
To maneuvering thrusters. Multiple impacts
Oh my god,
detected.
that guy hits me every damn time. Too bad for you, I ain't gonna play that way today, bitch. I'll take you down old school style.
Why you're the captain. Just in
Kind of
time.
embarrassing, really.
Cruiser.
You know how you go from the Demeter, where you pretty much just 2-shot everything, or 1-shot some ships in a number of cases, to in this thing we just have to sit there for like 10 minutes, reloading, fire, reload, until you eventually kill it. There we go.
Our command ship is back on the battlefield.
Oh, that was enjoyable. 2 enjoyable games. And I beat Swordsman to the top of the fucking leaderboard. Good stuff. All the best, Tucker. Have a good one. So there we go. 2 not so bad games in the Outis. I've showed you how to play it, how not to play it, and generally just how good of a ship it is. It's not your usual Corvette where you get the boosts, you get the heavy torpedoes, you know, you get the heavy frontal facing guns, but it's nice. the biggest fear for me whenever I'm, like, let's say I'm playing in my Kitsune, and I know that there is an enemy Outis player on the actual map, and an enemy player, is where it's going to pop up, if it's going to pop up behind me or an ally, because of that cloak. And because as soon as it does pop up, when you're in an artillery cruiser or a tactical cruiser, you pretty much just know that you're gone. It's just the end for you if you're not paying attention. So yeah, it's a nice ship. I really like it. Visually, it's a really cool looking ship, and I personally choose this cosmetic loadout for any of the Oberon Corvettes I unlock, because I just think it looks cool, which it does. So thank you all very much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel in a number of ways, you can do so with the links below in the description. There is a link to make a one-time donation of as little or as much as you want. You can become a patron, and of course there is also a link to the Discord. Now if you do become a patron, or if you donate an amount, let me know what your in-game name is, and we'll group up and have a game at some point. But yeah, enjoy whatever you're playing out there, and of course, like always, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Good day, loyal citizens of the Empire. Today, the Emperor has employed a system that will allow you to support the latest Imperial endeavors. Click the link below to support a safer and brighter future for every citizen of the Empire.